I put together an example of a Chapter 13 plan. Sometimes it's easier to sort of visualize it. In this particular case, actually it's kind of a typical example of a family in the Chapter 13 situation. Here, what we have on this particular family, $14,000 mortgage arrears. So the bank wanted to foreclose on their house based upon the fact they were behind $14,000. They wanted it all in a lump sum, or they would auction the house. Family had $35,000 on their credit cards, and they had a second mortgage of $90,000. How do we treat that? In this particular example, we'll total it up $125,000 in total unsecured, which includes the credit cards and the second mortgage. And in this particular case, we paid that through the plan at 2%. 2% of the total $125,000. And that's based on income and other circumstances. But in this case, 2% or $2,500. So actually, this is what they would pay back over 5 years, $2,500, no interest, no penalties. Now, the second mortgage is included as an unsecured debt because the house was underwater. In other words, the house was not worth more than the first mortgage. So the second mortgage of $90,000 becomes unsecured. We treat it the same way we treat credit card debt. And this is a big loan. This is almost $1,000 a month for these people to pay every month. And because, again, the house isn't worth more than the first mortgage, second mortgage is unsecured like the credit cards, totals $125,000, we paid it $2,500. The final result, take the $14,000 in secured mortgage arrears, which we can't eliminate, but we can pay it back without interest, penalties, and late fees, and they can't foreclose on these folks. So we take $14,000 plus the $2,500. There's a trustee fee involved of $1,833, so the total payback is $1,833, which the monthly payment ends up being $305. Now, if you back up a little bit and you look at what are we replacing with that $305, we're replacing a nearly $1,000 a month second mortgage payment, whatever the the monthly minimum would be on the $35,000 in credit cards, which is significant, certainly over $500. All right, and all that is gone forever. Now, the monthly payment is $305. I had one other component to this, and I didn't put it together because I didn't want to make it too complex. And for this particular case, we're talking about an automobile. If you have an automobile loan and your car happens to be underwater, it's worth $10,000, for example, and you owe $18,000. You know, the dealer took your trade, didn't give you a good deal, car depreciated faster than expected. So valuation is $10,000, you owe $18,000. What can we do for you? Simple. You only pay what the car is worth. $10,000 plus interest over 5 years. In this particular case, I think it was 6% interest. The old payment was $347 a month, and the new payment is $193 a month. How did we get there? We eliminated $8,000, and we extended the term of the loan a couple years over the 5 years because they were already into it 2.5 years. So the new payment is $193 a month. So if you look at the financial burden on this family, we've eliminated a crushing burden of payments on $35,000. We've eliminated a second mortgage of $90,000, $1,000 a month payment on that. House goes from being underwater to having some equity, and certainly in a year or two, that house will increase in value. Family won't have the credit card debt. They'll be in a much better financial position. $305 covers the $14,000 in mortgage arrears, covers the $35,000 in credit cards, and covers the $90,000 second mortgage. Excellent result. So, you know, every one of these cases depends on each family's different circumstances, and we would love to have you come in. We'll sit down and go over every detail, every financial expenditure that you have and so forth. We'll be able to give you an exact idea of what we can do for you and what it will cost. Thank you.